Okay, to end off Mortal Kombat month, this is the one that I've loved, and it's Raiden. I didn't say Raiden, because apparently it's Raiden. I watched a game trailers thing where they talked about the 10 most commonly mispronounced names, and Raiden was on there, because it's a proper name. People cast it M. Bison. I'm assuming they mean American M. Bison, not Japanese M. Bison, which would make him Balrog. Because Raiden Balrog would be kind of a different sort of fight. You know, I can tell you how the fight's going to go, but British people don't want to see, you know, Thunder and Lightning God versus fake Mike Tyson boxer. I'm pretty sure you're thinking Lord Bison, you're thinking Master Bison. So we're going to do this one two ways, because ironically, M. Bison was much stronger in his alpha appearances. That's when he was a much stronger character, he actually had much more projectile attacks. It wasn't until he was defeated in the Alpha series, which, depending on timeline, predates some of the Street Fighter moments. Bison's actually weaker in the Street Fighter moments. And then, of course, towards the end, the Psycho Crusher became a specialty finisher instead of just a really awesome special move. So yes, you've got the God of Thunder and Lightning with his full-body torpedo taking on M. Bison with his full-body twisting Psycho Crusher flaming body. Now, I do these differently. There's experience. This is how long has your character been fighting? What's their in close? Who does a barrier of in close? Reach. We're getting a little bit farther away now. Strength. Who's dealing more damage with their attacks? Speed. Who is faster? Energy projectiles. This is your range, and then versatility. Who has a greater array of moves? So experience. The God. Sorry. In close. You know, Bison actually does some really good work in close. His quick moves are nice and, you know, can chain pretty well. Really great throws in close. Reach. Now we're getting a little bit farther away. Well, again, this is Bison. The scissor knee, a great move. Even his down hard kick, which is a great slide. As well as the Psycho Crusher. He's got a lot of moves, and when it comes to about half to 1/3 screen, he does a great job hitting his opponent. You're probably thinking, but what about Raiden? Raiden and his tackle. Raiden's body torpedo has either been it's a one-shot knock. If your opponent blocks, you kind of get stopped pretty effectively. The Psycho Crusher, depending on where your opponent is, it's either a multiple hit if they block, or it's a flaming hit and a knockdown. So definitely more when it comes to that. Plus the scissor knee is another great one too. You know, you get the nice 1-2 followed by a sweep. Works really, really well. Strength. Overall damage of their attacks. Bison being the boss is a lot more damage. Speed. This one, I was watching the two of them. Yeah, I got to watch a lot of the good old-fashioned archival video. Thank you, YouTube. And I will say, a speed advantage goes to Raiden. One of the big ones being, when he gets knocked down, the lightning teleport to stand up is a very quick recovery when it comes from a knockdown. Angel works a little bit faster. For a non-alpha energy projection, sorry, Bison doesn't have any projectiles. So as if I get farther away, it's definitely Raiden. Versatility. Yeah, you know what? It's still Raiden with this one. I was looking at almost all of Bison's moves. You have the head stomp. You have essentially the diving, flaming fist punch to the head, kind of a variation of the head stomp. He's got a teleport. I was like, alright, that's a decent amount of moves. And I was like, well, what do we see from Raiden? Raiden, you see teleport, so equivalent there. Also, his teleport occasionally has an attack afterwards. Like, alright. And then as you get farther and farther in the series, Raiden has a much more wider breadth of moves. You know, beyond just the regular lightning, he has different styles of lightning. He has an upshot that goes down. Now all of a sudden, instead of all of them Bison's attacks are pretty much his physical body going into contact with his opponent. Where Raiden doesn't really have to worry about that too much. He's got a lot of different lightning attacks, a lot of lightning arcs, and that gives him a little bit more versatility when it comes to overall moves. So I'll do this pretty quick when it comes to the alpha style. Experience, stay the same. In close, stay the same. Reach, strength. Bison again as a boss character. Speed, still Raiden. Energy projection. Well, now it's Bison. Bison now has multiple moves. He's got essentially a Psycho Ball where it either goes like a small arc, a mid arc, or catches an opponent in mid-air. That's a beautiful array of moves. He also has one's kind of an explosive Psycho Ball. It goes out kind of small and it makes this massive, like almost, if you were to take a full like character sprite, spin it over the center of gravity, that's the size of it. As well as a specialist makes multiples of those. And it's just, seeing him do that, and you're like, wow, Bison with a projectile, way, way too powerful. So, but overall versatility, I still give it to Raiden. Raiden's overall moveset is a little bit wider, a little more variation to it. So if it's Alpha, which is the more powerful Bison, he just owns him, just flat out. I know I like to bring in anything that's not video game, but if you watch the OVA, Bison, well, actually even the game, Bison actually has a sequence where he fights both Ken and Ryu, and he owns them. That is impressive. He's taking on pretty much number 1 and number 2 from the majority of Street Fighter that are non-boss characters, and he's working them. And it's not until in that movie, until Bison faces Akuma, that he faces someone who's of the same level. That lets you know how powerful Alpha Bison is. Alpha Bison is frickin' Akuma level. And Akuma is a tremendously powerful individual.